Hello and welcome to this Barrix video tutorial. In the first part of the video I will talk about the InStreamer ICE, how to use it with metadata and how to trigger the Xstreamer streaming client relays via metadata from an InStreamer ICE. In the second part of the video I will show you the options you have to forward the stream to external IceCast servers. Metadata are additional information in the audio stream beside the audio data. So that could be song information, but it could be even technical information. You can compare this a bit with the ID3 data in an MP3 audio file. So let's have a look here in my player. There we have an MP3 file, and when we look there in the information, then we get the ID3 data displayed. And here you see the information from the song. What song it is, who is the artist, even the CD cover could be contained. So if you have an audio automation system, then this audio automation system could grab the information and forward to the InStreamer ICE, and the InStreamer ICE can add this information to the stream, and the player, in this case here my Xstreamer, will get this information and can display or execute this information. So how that can be done? So let's have a look here in the manual of the InStreamer ICE. So here's the Barrix help section. There we go to InStreamer ICE. And here in the manual, in chapter 6, we are writing about metadata and how to insert. It can be done over RS-232. It can be done over the TCP port 10,000, or you can use the IceCast admin interface. So here we have the InStreamer ICE setup, and in the next step I have already connected to the admin interface, to the IceCast admin interface. So let's make this smaller again, that we have this all together. When you are logged in this interface, then you get even this here, the update metadata, and here you can add metadata, and the InStreamer ICE will add this to the stream, and the Xstreamer will receive this metadata and then even display this information. So let's do that here. I have already copied the information from the song. I add this here, and when I click on update, you will see this immediately here. So now you see that here it was added to the stream and the Xstreamer has received that. You can even monitor this on the InStreamer when you go back and look in the IceCast logs and you scroll down, then you see here that metadata are added, and which metadata. Okay, we have also seen it is possible over RS-232. Here I have a RS-232 console. My laptop is via serial connected to my InStreamer ICE, and now I connect even the terminal application here on COM port 3. I set the serial speed. It must be 115,200, and you have to make sure that your command or your entry is terminated with a line feed, with hex 0A or line feed. So, and when we type here now ABC and send this, then you will see it's even here updated immediately. also here we should see a new entry about the added metadata. Okay, and the last option is TCP. So for that I have here the packet sender application, and even that can be used in the same way. So here we define our title, we add an 0A at the end, in hex 0A, and we define the IP address, the port number, and then we can send this via TCP to the InStreamer ICE. And immediately we see here the information we have sent, and even here in the log file. Okay, we have even a special case here on the streaming client. On the streaming client, when the XStreamer has a relay inside, then you can control the relay via the metadata. Let's have even look here in the manual or on the help section. When we look here in the help section and look for metadata, then we see how to trigger relays using metadata. So, and we see here, these are the commands or the values you have to send. And we see in the XStreamer we have to change the configuration. The control output must be remote. And when we scroll down, then we even see we can do this here from the IceCast interface. We have to use a special string to do that. And here when we do this from TCP port 10,000, then you have to use here a special string. I copy that, and we will do that from our packet sender. It could be even done here from the Shoutcast DJ tool. There you send it this way. Okay, let's go back here to our XStreamer. They told us we have to change the configuration. We have to change that here to remote. So, and now we look here on the relay. That shows the relay state of my XStreamer 110. Gray means it's off, and when it changes to lime, then it's on. So here I copy the string which I have copied from the manual, and I add my 0A at the end, my termination character. And when I send this information now, we should see that here in the log file, and we should even see here the relay state changing. So I send this now, and you see the relay state is changing. I can even change this back as written in the manual by using the character A. So even that works properly. In the second part of the video, we will talk about external IceCast server and how to use them with Barrix InStreamer ICE. First, why you should use an external IceCast server. There are two main reasons. First, the Barrix InStreamer ICE supports up to 100 listeners. If you would like to have more listeners, or you expect more listeners, then it makes sense to use an external IceCast server. The second reason is the bandwidth. even this 100 listeners are causing a huge amount of bandwidth. And if you don't have such amount of internet bandwidth, then it makes sense that you contact an ISP or special service provider who can guarantee the bandwidth, who has a better service level and can give you the bandwidth, or there you can rent the bandwidth and even the external IceCast server. One example for such external ISP is our partner Streamgeist.com. So what we have here on my desk here. So we have here the audio source again, which plays music to the in-streamer ICE, and the Xstreamer here on the bottom plays the stream from the in-streamer ICE. And here we have the external IceCast server on my laptop. And now we try to achieve that the in-streamer ICE is sending the stream to the external IceCast server, and the Barrix Xstreamer pulls the stream from here, from the external IceCast server. So you can configure that here under Stream. Then when you click on Edit, then you have here the selection for the mode. We have now IceCast server, and here we have the IceCast source mode. So in the IceCast source mode, you have to define even the IP address of the external IceCast server. That's in this case my laptop, 192.24. Sorry. So we have to define the port number and even the password. Let's check that here on the IceCast configuration. I open the configuration of my IceCast server, and there we see the source password is 123456 and the port number is 8000. So port number 8000 we have already, and here we define the password. Okay, that's it. We can start here already the server, and then we save the settings. So we see the in-streamer is not playing anymore because the in-streamer ICE is sending the stream now here to the external IceCast server. That means we have to change the configuration, and my Xstreamer should listen to the external IceCast server. Okay, now we see the Xstreamer is pulling the stream from here, and here on the clients we see even that the external IceCast server is detecting already the Xstreamer as client. This source mode has one advantage: it is easy to configure on the network side. The in-streamer ICE sends the stream out to the external ISP mostly, where you have rented the external IceCast server. That means it is no problem to cross the firewall for the outgoing stream. There's even a disadvantage. In the first part of the video we were talking about metadata, and when we look here now on the admin page, click here in admin, you don't see the option to update metadata. You will even see that when we send from the serial terminal. In the first part I could send from here the metadata, and when I try to do that now, you see it is not updating here the metadata, and when we check this in the log, we go here to the in-streamer ICE log, then it tells us it's not supported in this mode. Okay, but we have a second mode. The second mode is the stream relay mode. That means the InStreamer Eyes is still sending the stream, the normal stream, which also could listen other clients, and the external IceCast server would grab this stream and forward as own stream to external listeners. So, and for that we have to change the configuration. So we have to add here a relay section. I have already prepared it and I insert that here in the configuration. I have insert now this part here. We tell this external IceCast server, grab the stream from this IP address, from this port number, from this mount point, and bind this to your own mount point, MyStream1. That we save. And now we have even to change the configuration here on the InStreamer Eyes. We click on Edit. We go back to the IceCast server mode as at the beginning. We applied it. So we have to wait until the InStreamer Eyes is back. So now it's streaming again. We can start the IceCast server. So, and here we see now it's available. It has the source again, and even our X streamer is pulling again the stream from this external IceCast server. What is the disadvantage of this mode? Now the external IceCast server is grabbing the stream from the InStreamer Eyes, and it has to go through the firewall to your firewall from your studio. Usually the InStreamer Eyes is in your studio, there you have a firewall, and the external IceCast server is at the ISP, and now he has to go through your firewall. That means you have to open the firewall for this stream, and you have to install there a port forwarding, a TCP port forwarding on your router. The advantage of this mode is that it works now even with the metadata. When you look here, when we click here again on admin, you see you have here again the update metadata function. When we send here metadata, then it's even received here again on the InStreamer Eyes. I hope you liked the video, and if you have any questions, then please leave a comment or send an email to support@bergs.com.